Welcome everyone to another of our Trader Talks videos with myself, Richard Perry, Market Analyst at Hantec. Now, as ever, if you're not trading with Hantec Markets, you can go to our website, hmarkets.com, where you can sign up for a demo account very quickly, or actually open a live trading account in 4 easy steps. Now, what we have seen in recent weeks is that markets have been scratching around, but these scratching around markets have now started to break some really key levels across major asset classes, and we're seeing some key moves, aren't we, Steve?
Yeah, so we've certainly seen significant breakouts, and I know that a couple of the trades, or the trades we've been looking at really over the last month, are starting to come through and come to fruition. And we looked at last week euro dollar breaking to the upside now, as we kind of flagged, and also you were looking at gold, and we saw that strong breakout in gold. So not only those two trades, but previous trades we've been looking for those range breakouts, and we've certainly seen them break out pretty much in the directions we've been highlighting over the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, we've had a fairly good run. Really good run actually recently, yeah. But I mean, it's nice when markets break in the direction that you're looking for, and certainly the trades that we're highlighting today seem to be some key moves that again are in the direction of where we're looking at.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick off with the Australian dollar. From my side, it's been having been very much caught in a range and not really having reacted to this kind of whole risk on theme that was been grinding and coming into the markets in here over the past week, but really over the past 24 hours. So on Tuesday 21st, we saw a really aggressive breakout on the upside for the Australian dollar, overtaking previous peaks in here, not just more recent peaks, but peaks going back to multi-month peaks, up through 0.7060, 0.7080, reinforcing kind of hints that we'd had previously earlier in July. We're breaking out of kind of whether you look at it as a rectangle or a triangle formation. I think the positive thing in here is we're getting a little bit of potential divergence on the momentum, but at the moment I think we've still got plenty of scope for us to push still higher. So I'm kind of
that momentum divergence is I don't really think that's an issue at this stage. I think it's just a sign of that there is more to come, I think, for this Aussie.
I would completely agree. I think it just gives scope for us to go higher, right? So there's still room from a momentum perspective. So I'm willing to give that further to go. Potentially we might see a little bit of a dip back down to the breakout point, to that sort of 70-80, 70-60 level. But now, having overcome these important multi-week, multi-month peaks in here, we're now looking at much longer term targets. So we've got targets up at, they're around the round numbers, actually. We were just talking about this before we came on air here. 72.06, 72.95, 73.04, and then maybe even up towards like the psychological 75.00 level, 74.84. Those are kind of overshoot levels. Maybe we're looking further out into August, but certainly on a short to intermediate term basis, I think 72.06, 73 are certainly targets, and looking to maybe buy the dip back to those breakout 70.80, 70.60 breakout level.
Yeah, I mean, risk appetite is clearly the winner in this one, isn't it? And it's been the driver of the move higher. Dollar weakness across the board pretty much yesterday, and the Aussie breaking out above 70.60. Now, what we're looking at is, again, a little bit of a pullback, maybe on a bit of overstretched momentum on a near-term basis. But I like anything around that 70 big figure mark. 70.60 was the breakout, so nice little 60-pip band of support there. And I think we're going higher on Aussie. I think these markets have taken a view, and I think that view is that the dollar is going to be weakening now. And I think that any near-term bounce that you get in the dollar will be a chance to sell dollar. So in that instance, you'd be buying Aussie into the dips.
Yeah, certainly. And I know from your side, you're focusing more on the equities, right?
Yeah, again, similar story really. As I said, the risk appetite breakout. We've got the vaccinations that are seemingly on the way, which is the positive driver, I think, of the recovery in risk appetite in the next few weeks to come. And I think that the equity market's breaking out. You've got Wall Street that's broken out. The DAX we were talking earlier, is a really strong risk on index that I think a breakout is a really impressive indication that we're going to be going higher. Now that 12,915 level of resistance that had been a basis that the last month had been struggling, breaking out above that so decisively this week. Little bit of a near-term pullback again, a little bit stretched today, pulling back arguably back towards that support band. But you see that I think that anything around the 12 12,775 to 12,915 is a decent band of support. You've got uptrend coming in as well, just below there. So I think that any weakness in that DAX trade is going to be seen as a chance to buy again.
Yeah, no, I'd completely agree, and I think upside, I think you're looking at potential back to the all-time highs, right?
I mean, you've been playing the equity markets on the strong side, and I've been a little bit reticent to do that, but this breakout, I'm really going to be backing, I think, now.
Yeah. And I think, you've got, as you said, you've got the underlying positivity from potential COVID-19 vaccine. You've got potential treatments coming through as well. So that's all very positive. And I think the real positive from the DAX perspective is it's kind of real economy, right? It's not just in here seeing, it's like the tech boom that we're seeing in the US. It's real economy. Those components are made up of real companies, manufacturing companies and the likes of car manufacturers. So, it's real economy kind of recovering.
Yeah, which would be encouraging if that is the case. And I think Eurozone seems to be on a decent recovery track now. US less so. I think that's, again, one of the root causes of the dollar underperformance is this massive reinfection rise that you've got in the States, which is going to be dragging on the data in the coming months. We've highlighted that in recent weeks. But I think that is a source of the outperformance that you're likely to see in Eurozone stocks now. And DAX plays that.
Yeah, agreed. Well, great to speak to you again, Richard.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Nice one. We'll hopefully speak to you again very soon, and we'll speak to you all next time for some more Trader Talks video chats.